We get pretty cold in the wintertime here, and this year we got below zero a couple of times, and we had a couple of weeks where the temperature didn't even get above freezing for about a week or so. So we had a pretty good test, and I just thought I'd show some of the things that can survive that kind of cold temperatures. Right over here on the end we have some French sorrel. It's really hardy. We've had it for several years. It does really well for us. And I've got a new addition this year. This is garlic chives. And we also have the common chives or onion chives, depending on what you call them. And we also have oregano right here. That one bunch is a little bit larger than the other, but I'm sure it'll catch up soon. Along with the regular looking oregano, we have a variegated type right here. And next to that we have sage. And I'm going to be cutting that back. It's a little bit ragged. And if you look at the base, it's got a lot of new growth down there that is just raring to go. And then over here I have a couple of different types of lavender. They're just getting started. And then right next to those we have some of the common chives right here. It does really well in our garden. This was our original clump. I separated, I forget how many, about a half a dozen small clumps, gave them away, and then I relocated one small bunch over here, and it's doing really well over here. And then something that kind of surprised me when I first overwintered some was the cilantro. And this one, it's already grown enough that it's trying to bolt already because we've had some pretty warm weather, but that'll survive all winter a lot of times. Sure smells good. And we got a couple small ones too. And then right next to that, over here we have some thyme. And it looks kind of dead, but we've got some new growth down at the bottom that's green, and the tips are all green, so it'll come to life soon. But if you're new to growing herbs and you've kind of wondered what'll survive the winters in a Zone 6 garden, that's just a few things that will. Let's go look at one more. It's kind of covered in leaves right now, but over here next to our fruit tree, our peach tree, we have some mint. And if you've never grown mint before, it's real easy to grow. And as a matter of fact, after a while it becomes kind of a nuisance if you don't have a good area to grow it in, because it will try to invade your yard or escape wherever you have it. But I just love the smell of that stuff. And one way that I try to keep it knocked back is I just run the mower over it sometimes. That way I can get a better idea of where it's at, and then around the edges I'll just take a shovel and dig it up, and then pull as much as I think is necessary out to keep it from getting out of control, because it will be pretty aggressive sometimes. It's kind of in a dormant stage right now, but it's going to be taken off soon. This is yarrow. A lot of people wouldn't think of it as an herb, but it is. It has some medicinal uses. I'm not really sure what all it can be used for, because I'm not into herbal medicine or that sort of thing. So if you want to research it, you can, but we grow it just for the flowers. And the bee balm is the same way. It's an herb, but we just grow it for the flowers because we really think the flowers are pretty and the hummingbirds really like them. And we kind of do the same thing with the lavender. We grow it more for the flowers than anything. And since they're not in bloom, I'll see if I can dig up some clips of the yarrow, the bee balm, and the lavender.